we did not all have the same 2025. Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. Happy New Year. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm ready for 2026. I know if you guys are, but I'm ready. This is a little bit late, but I feel like what better day to do this on than the first Sunday of the year. It is January 4th, and we are doing our 2026 rebrand. I have my notes here, and water, and my coffee, and you guys, and we are ready to start. First things first is I just want to talk about some things that we will be talking about in the video. We're talking about like the pros and the cons, or the ins and the outs of 2025. We'll be talking about my goals for this year. We'll be talking about just kind of reflecting on the year and what we can do to make it better, new mindsets, new goals, new boundaries, things like that, to have the best 2026 possible. For me, 2025 was a very hard year. I had a very hard 2025. I know people who had a very good 2025. It just kind of depends on the people surrounding you and the things that just happened in your life. Reflecting, some pros. There's one I never know when I turned 18. Turned 18 in November, so very new, very fresh. I made it through my junior year. I also had a very bad junior year, so I allowed myself to indulge in things that made me happy, and the number one thing that I allowed myself to indulge in was allowing myself to openly like Harry Potter. I feel like I have like this persona of people that people don't like know that like my likings. Like they don't know that I like Harry Potter. They don't know that I listen to K-pop and things like that, and I wanted to keep that, but I realized that that's not me. If they don't know those like the things that I like, that's not me. So I allowed myself to openly like Harry Potter. We're still getting there with other things. I quit dance, which it's a good and a bad thing. I chose the right friends, especially going into my senior year. I chose the right friends and the right people that I wanted to have around me, which led to me having a good end of 2025. I started my senior year of high school, and I got into my dream school. Well, not my dream school, my top school. My dream school I didn't even apply to, but I got into my top school. I had cons. I think everybody has cons. My number one was that somebody in my family passed away. I quit dance, and I was in a lot of reading slumps, and to a lot of people that's not that big of a deal, but for me it was a huge deal because reading is like my entire life. We'll kind of get into certain things. So we'll get into dance because it was on both of the lists. I love dancing. It's like my love, my passion. I love it. I kind of feel like I wasn't connecting with it. Like it wasn't like something that made me happy anymore. I kind of felt like a chore, so I had to quit. But quitting it felt like quitting a part of myself too, because of how much I loved it, which is why it's on both lists. I did learn a lot from the year. I learned that I have to put myself first, that yes, I have friends and I love my friends, but they can't come before me. Like, you know, I don't have to give them all of my time. If I don't put me first and love myself first and learn to cherish myself, I will not be happy, and I can't give my all to my friends, you know? And just learn to understand myself, which also kind of goes into the first one. I had to understand things about myself. We're not even gonna deep dive into that, but yeah, so that was kind of, so for all of this to work, what did I do? You know, like what am I gonna do? I realized that certain things take time, and I need to gain patience. I needed to understand that things will continue to go downhill if I did not learn patience and learn that things take time, and that I am on my own kind of path. You know, I'm on my own path, my own timeline from other people. Comparing yourself is not a good thing to do. You do not want to compare yourself to others, because it is going to be your biggest downfall, your biggest enemy. Like, comparison is just not healthy. It is probably the most unhealthy thing you can do, the unhealthiest mindset you can have. So I had to learn that. I'm still learning that. So yeah, that was both of the things that worked for me, which is understanding those two things, because I feel like you don't really understand yourself. Like, it all goes back to understanding yourself, loving yourself, and everything like that. So those were things that I had to learn in 2025 to have a good 2026. Goals. I want to do a lot of things in 2025. You know, I graduated high school this year. I have a lot of plans for myself, but there are also things that with having these goals or having certain timelines that I had to cut things out. So all of 2025, I was like, I want to go to the University of Alabama. I got in, and I'm not going. So for the past 5 or 6 years, I wanted to be a pediatric neurologist, and I still want to be a pediatric neurologist, but I will not be pursuing a pediatric neurologist. That was a decision made in 2026 that I just don't think I can go through the 4 years of college, the 4 years of medical school, the 3 to 4 years of residency, and then the year or two fellowship, because it adds up and it takes a toll on your mental, and I just can't do that. So I'm gonna go a different route, nurse practitioner route, very similar route, and I'm still gonna focus on neurology. So, and this was something that was always kind of another plan. There was always 2 different paths that I was looking at, and so it's not like I'm knocking myself down. Like, this was always a thought, you know? So let's talk about my vision board. We're gonna put her right here. Okay, so I think that making a vision board is so important. Having a vision board allows you to actually see your goals. You can write them down, but actually seeing pictures of it and sometimes seeing somebody else achieve it will help you also to achieve it and get those goals, you know? Number 1 on my resume, I don't really know the order that they are because I'm not gonna pull it up. I just know it's on there. Getting a car. I right now drive my mom's car. Love my mom's car. Love it. But I want something of my own, especially because with choosing the nurse practitioner, I'm gonna stay home and I'm gonna work, I'm gonna go to school, and I'm gonna need a car. You know, I can't really take my mom's car from her. She does work from home, but those are kind of different hours, so I just want my own vehicle. I think that's very understandable. I want to, there's reading. I want to read more. My goal last year was 75 books. I reached 65 books. I got in so many reading slumps. Like, there were months where I read 8 books and things like that, and then there was months where I read 0 books. I think October and November I did not read, really. Maybe 1 book, and I don't think I finished them. So I want to read more, and my goal for this year is 82. I went up instead of down because if I went down, I feel like I was discouraging myself, so I'm moving up. Studying in your grades, because with going to college, you know, it's different from high school, and I don't want to slack, and I want to stay on top of my grades and things like that. Getting into University of Alabama, but it was actually going because my vision board was made at the end of 2025, so I didn't know what my decision was. I still wanted to put it on there. So traveling, there's a picture of Jamaica, there's cruises. I went on a cruise for my graduation trip, and I wanted to go to Jamaica for my birthday. But also 2026, this is yesterday or Friday that I made this decision that I have a November birthday, and all my friends have like summer birthdays, kind of. We have one in April, one in July, one in August. I kind of felt like, let's take advantage of the fact that my birthday's in like fall, winter, so we're gonna go to somewhere that's cold. I have so many things planned for my channel in 2026. Like, I'm so excited for you guys to see. There's pictures of having just a good 2026. I want a great 2026. There's pictures of going to the gym because that is something that I really want to get into. I want to learn discipline. I want to learn to discipline myself, and disciplining myself is, to me, learning different things. So going to the gym and learning to work out. If you didn't know, I used to ran track for a long time. Quit it, but I've always loved running, and I used to go on walks and run around my neighborhood. I have not done that in over a year, and I want to get back into that. So me and my friends decided to do 75 medium to get us in the habit of doing certain things, and then even when it's over, we're still going to stay in the habit of those things, but making it a challenge makes you determined to finish it and go through it the whole 75 days. So like, something on there is like drink coffee once a day. 2 of us drink coffee religiously, and we kind of, and like, I think she might have like 2 cups a day sometimes. Same. So we're trying to do 1 cup. We're trying to drink 2, so like not 40 ounces, 80 ounces of water. So like, the way I put it is like 2 Stanleys or like 3 or 4 Wallas, you know, stuff like that, because I do have my wallet too. They put reading like 10 pages of a book a day. For me, I wanted to do just reading every day, not even giving myself a limit, just reading every single day, so that I can fall in love with reading again. Even though I never really fell out of it, I just want to get, you know. So like things like that to help guide us through the beginning of 2026, and then we'll figure out the rest on our own. We start tomorrow about getting a dog. I really want a dog. If I move out, I'm gonna get a dog. If I stay home, I'm not gonna get a dog. There's nothing on there, but like redoing my room is something that I want to do, which I'll give myself 8 months to do it, because the furniture I picked out does cost a decent amount of money. Sorry, first time editing on my computer. Ignore that and ignore the music if you can hear it. I don't even know how that sounds on my laptop. I'm editing, and I realized that the cut from talking about my vision board to just talking about the different years people may have had, I didn't really clarify that that's what was happening. But yeah, we're no longer talking about the vision board. We are now talking about the different years people may have had. Like I said in the beginning of the video, everyone has a different take. Everyone goes through things differently. We did not all have the same 2025. Bad things had to happen for something good to come out of it. Is that a good thing? No, but it is. It's also a very good thing at the same time. That may not have happened to you this year, but maybe you had a pet passing, or maybe you failed a class, or maybe you lost your job. Like, different things happen to different people to make the year different for them. Your year could have been great. Maybe you got to your top school, you're excelling right now. Maybe you got a boyfriend and that was on your list, like that was something you wanted to do this year. Maybe you focused on your academics and you did really good. Like it's different for everyone. But 2026, we're going to make what we want. We're gonna make it what we want, and that's what this video is for telling you guys what happened to me in 2025 and what I plan to do in 2026 to kind of make my life easier, but also to help you guys make your life easier. I will say this again at the end of the video, but comment down your 2026 goals. I want us to be able to hold each other accountable for our goals, and grow with each other and go through 2026 together as a community, because that is what we are at the end of the day. There are more things that I want to talk about, okay, with my channel in 2026, because that's also a big part of the rebrand, because that was also something on the vision board. I just kind of wanted to talk about that in its own separate category. So I want to put myself in uncomfortable positions when it comes to my channel, and for me an uncomfortable position is recording in public. Really recording outside of my bedroom, but recording in public is something that makes me uncomfortable. But in order to put you guys first and be where I want to be by the end of the year, I have to do that, because I have to realize that I will never see these strangers on the street again. They will never see me again, and if we do see each other, we won't recognize each other. They don't care that I'm talking to my phone camera, because it's so normalized. They don't care. I'm the only one that cares, and I have to stop caring. I still want to try and get out. I know my Bible says 2 videos a week, but a video a week. I want to try and get out a single video every week. I haven't decided if it's going to be Wednesdays or Sundays. It might be Sundays if I can get this video out on Sunday, and fingers crossed that this video comes out on the day that it's being recorded, which is Sunday. I want to be consistent, and if I'm consistent, then I will reward myself with things. Like I've already told myself, if I'm consistent with posting, editing, communicating with you guys, I'll buy a camera. So like things like that, like rewarding myself with things to better the channel. So rewarding us, like obviously you guys don't want to see my phone camera, but cameras are expensive, and I'm not gonna buy a camera just and I don't post or I don't record, and it's just a waste of $500. That's just, doesn't sit right with me. I want to be more open and like actually express my channel. So like I don't post when I post, which there's only one post up now because I took the rest of it now, but when I post, I don't put it on my Instagram, I don't put it on my TikTok. I just post, and I hope that it reaches the audiences that I want it to. But I have to stop doing that. I have to post about it, I have to talk about it, and I have to let people know what it is so that it gets the attraction that I want, because that is what I want. I want it to grow, and I want people to enjoy my videos, because that's why I make these videos for me, but also for you guys to enjoy and watch them. like, you know, because you guys are my babies. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. So yeah, so that is what I want for this channel, you know, more effort into the videos, more effort into intros, thumbnails, more effort into everything that is my channel, because that's what it is. It's mine. So yes, I believe that is everything I wanted to talk about. If I forgot anything or you guys have any questions, all you have to do is comment. I will respond. But that is, you know, that is what I want to do with 2026. I want to go to the gym. I want to post on YouTube once a week. I want to get a dog. I want to focus on my academics. I want to get a car. I want to remember to put me first. I want to cherish my time with the people that I have. I want to read more. I want to indulge in more hobbies. I think I'm going to make maybe a series on TikTok. If you guys made it to the end of today's video, tell me your 2026 goal. I hope you guys are having a great 2026 so far, and that you continue to. And if you aren't, I am so sorry, and I hope it gets better. I will see you guys next Sunday, and I love you guys.